Hello, this is Dr. Stephanie, the founder of Your Healing Place, moving you from panic to empowerment in every aspect of wellness. And I'm doing something new. I'm getting out of the box. I'm crashing, smashing up all the old ways of doing things, and I'm just coming to do videos. And these videos that I'm going to do are just going to be called the Wellness Chronicles. And the Wellness Chronicles are just kind of anecdotal stories, insights of things that I think that are so important for you to understand how to jump on your wellness journey, not to be intimidated by it, and to recognize that you don't know what you don't know, but when you know it, you are going to be so much better for it. And so the information and the insight that I wanted to share to you today is something called Certitude. I teach my clients all the time about Certitude. And Certitude is a really deep concept that helps us deal with why we treat people the way we do and why we accept the behavior from them that we accept, but how that ties into our emotional and our spiritual health. So let's jump right in. So Certitude says, because I'm your cousin, you should love me and deal with everything that I throw at you no matter what, because we're first cousins. And if you kind of believe that that's how you should operate, guess what? You fall into it. And not only is it the first cousins thing, it could be relatives, the expectations of how a grandparent should treat a grandchild, the expectations of how a sibling should treat a fellow sibling, the expectation of how a mother should treat a child, and all expectations that we have about relationships. Now, those expectations that we have are born from a natural place of love. We naturally want to be loving, be kind, be gentle, and we want to believe that we can get that from our family structure or the people within our family dynamic. What we don't understand is everybody is on their own journey. And just because you have that sense of certitude doesn't mean that everyone else does for whatever reason. It could be the way they were socialized, the way people treated them, whatever the case may be. But what I find is I have a lot of clients that come to me with challenges with the emotion of love. They are fearful of commitments. They don't want to be connected too deep because they feel as though if they're connected, then they're going to be obligated to operate in a certain way. And that obligation creates anxiety for them. And the anxiety comes in by feeling like if I treat this person the way I should because of the title that they have in my life, then I'm going to be subjected to having to deal with when they treat me bad. And I'm still going to have to, accept that bad treatment in the name of, well, that's my brother, or that's my grandma, or that's my... And you know how many people are having major health problems because of certitude. The expectation that their behavior should look and be a certain way in order for them to be accepted. So certitude is about being trapped in a box and having someone superimpose an idea of how they should interact with you and how you should, based on the title. But I tell my kids, y'all, I say it all the time, I don't care who it is. If the person with the title doesn't treat you with love and respect and compassion and the things that make you feel alive and worthy and valued as a fellow human being, walk away. Sever the relationship, do something different, because it's not mandatory that you maintain that relationship, and nor is it necessary. However, it can be very detrimental to your health. So one of the things that I share with clients in sharing the understanding of certitude is to make sure that there are clear boundaries within the relationship, that each person knows what you like, what you don't like, what makes you sad, what makes you comforted, what makes you feel insecure. What are your buttons? Your family members could potentially represent the testing ground for how you would interact with anybody else in the world. It actually should be. And in that testing ground, you test your resolve with someone else, and then you establish boundaries to make sure that you maintain that level of compassion and love that you should get from a relative. So if you're having some health problems and you're living in a family where you're constantly giving because you are the nice one, or you are the established one, or that's your blood, whatever, and it's giving you health problems, you probably need to say, wait a minute, I'm being sucked into this certitude stuff and it's not serving me. It doesn't mean that you don't love your family members, but it means you set boundaries to love yourself first. And as soon as you do that and employ a special word, my special word is N-O, no. You can say no, y'all. You can say no to anything that doesn't resonate with what feels good for you. Then you're breaking that cycle of certitude. You're breaking that cycle of being a doormat. You're breaking that cycle of people expecting things from you when you don't have anything left to give. And that puts them on notice that it's time for them to give back. You know, family and love and certitude, all that stuff has its place. But at the end of the day, what makes us unwell is the imbalance of power of giving and receiving high vibrational experiences that make us feel good about the life that we're living. Now, don't ask me to say that again. Spirit just gave it to me and I just spit it out. I'm also have the gift of clairvoyance and the clairaudience, and I hear and I see. And if something comes out, just go with it. But that nugget of wisdom felt like it was right on point, because I believe that somebody needed to hear this, because your health is starting to decline and you're starting not to feel well, and you can't pinpoint why. Well, the why is you are giving your power away to people who you have not set boundaries with, and they don't have the same level of comfort and support and love for you, and they're sucking the energy out of you. People that are close to you can do that without you even understanding what's happening. You just start feeling like something ain't right. I don't feel good. So if this video is for you, I'm telling you that what you're going through is something called certitude fatigue. Certitude fatigue. I just made the fatigue part up. Certitude and fatigue are two separate words, but I brought it all together because it makes sense. If you're giving, and not receiving to an equal measure to where you feel fulfilled, then you are fatigued. And certitude fatigue can turn into health manifestations. And you won't know that your blood pressure is going up because you keep giving to Uncle Benny or to Cousin Rashida or to whoever. And you just keep giving because you feel as though you must. But I started the video by saying everybody has their own journey. Everybody has their own path. Study your path. See clearly your journey. From that perspective, certitude fatigue probably won't get a chance to get you because you're too aware of what your journey should be. And if you're strong enough in that conviction, ain't nobody gonna be able to stop you and knock you off your road. So that's another installment of the Wellness Chronicles. I hope you enjoyed it. If you'd like to know more about what I do, please click the links below. I am the author of the From Panic to Empowerment books, which are, sweeping the nation. They're From Panic to Empowerment, how to stop pain and disease from taking over your life by connecting spirit, mind, and body. I'm so committed to this. I coach on it. I speak about it. I write books on it. So if I'm your girl and you feel as though this video is for you because your family relationships are driving you nuts, remember that word certitude. And guess what? All you have to do is start saying no. Create boundaries and be very clear what your own path is. From that perspective, you ain't got no time to be catering to nobody else's shenanigans because you got your own fire that you got to put out, or you have your own rainbow that you want to catch. So until next time, be well.